Y'all ready for Andrea Carmichael?
Good evening, everyone. Unlike some others, I'm not native to Tucson. And you know what that means? I fucking chose to move here. And every summer I'm like, why? Exactly, why? The bigger question is, why did I stay? Why did I stay? I chose to get here. I have an issue with Kyle. I think I want to give Kyle a copy of the Arizona Landlord Tenant Act because he is not managing this cooling at all effectively. So, yeah. Anybody out there on dating apps? Anybody willing to admit they're on a dating app? No? Okay. Just me and myself up here. That's okay. I've been on this dating app, but I'm going to say I don't think it's been working very effectively because I haven't had any dates. You might have heard of it. It's called LinkedIn. It's not a dating app? Okay. You know one thing that is not on LinkedIn besides dates is failures. Anybody out there ever failed at anything?
Yeah.
Thank you. A few of us who are willing to admit it. I bet the rest of you have done so as well, but it's okay. I am going to share some failures with you because why not? We should be more candid about our failures. So, first failure I'll share with you. I am a McDonald's failure. Did you know that you can fail working at McDonald's? We all think it's like the easiest job in the world. It's not. I failed. I did. Really, truly failed. I think my crowning moment of failure was when I was working the grill and they sent back an order and said, we need 12 Big Macs. I'm like, 12 Big Macs? I can do that. They have instructions for how to compose the sandwiches. I can follow instructions. I'm pretty good at that. So I followed the instruction, got it all together, put it in the thing, sent it up front. Success. Until a moment or so later, when the manager came back, presented one of these, my fine masterpiece Big Macs to me and said, next time, put the hamburger patties on them. Thank you. Truly, I was just ahead of my time, y'all. I was making the veggie burger before it was a thing, and if McDonald's had recognized this, I'd be a millionaire. I wouldn't need to sell tickets in my Prius for $500,000. Yeah. So after that, they demoted me to lobby duty. And if you've ever worked lobby duty at a fast food restaurant, that means you get to perpetually clean the toilets and mop the lobby and take the trash out. It's great fun. Not really. So I showed McDonald's. I quit, and I got a job as a janitor. Showed them. Yep. That was my first failure. I'm going to put that on my LinkedIn. Another failure in my life, I am a missionary failure. And for those dirty minds out there, I'm not talking about that. I am talking about that job, missionary. I failed. Do you know what a missionary's job is? One primary job. You got one thing you're supposed to do. Go out there and tell people about Kyle. After a number of years of doing that, I had not convinced anybody that Kyle exists. I failed. At least as far as I know, I failed. I'm not aware of anybody that converted because of me. If any of you out there tonight happen to be in my life and I inadvertently converted you, or maybe somebody you know got converted because of me, I'm sorry. Sorry. I apologize, and I hope it turned out better for you or them than it did for me. So, missionary failure, another proud moment in my life. Yes. The biggest crowning failure, though, of my life that I want to share with you tonight, it actually happened on the day I was born. Well, it started on the day I was born. I came into this world. The doctors took a look at me. They turned to my parents, at least this is what I understand. I was a little not totally cognizant of that moment. And they said, it's a boy. I failed, y'all. I failed. I failed at being a boy. And I'm really fucking proud of that. That was the best failure of my life. And I'm really glad. And I will put that on my LinkedIn. Yes, I will. And every other social media platform. I am so glad I failed. But I tried. I put a lot of years into that game. I gave it everything I had. And I failed. And I'm so glad. One of the best days of my life was the day I turned in that fucking man card that I was never meant to carry. Felt so good. I put it on eBay, pretty much unused, in the original packaging, got a pretty good deal for it. Thought later I probably could have blinged it up a little bit, put it on Etsy, but anyway. So, being trans, that's always fun. Not really, but it is. I'm glad. Lately, it feels like being trans, I am being held responsible for the demise of civilization as we know it. That's a fucking heavy burden, y'all. I don't know if I can carry that. I'm trying, but there's a lot to dismantle there. Help me out, please. Please. You know, there are a lot of people, or at least a number of them, that seem to think that being trans is this contagious disease you might catch. Like, oh my God, I might become a woman. And I'm like, bro, you should be so lucky. Yeah, but, you know, I find that's especially true with men and Republicans. Like, they just need to stop this contagion from spreading. If only they had been so interested in stopping COVID from spreading, what a different world we might have had. But I assure you, it's not a contagious disease. I realize, like, you're sitting, what, good 10 feet away. Don't worry, you're not going to get it from me, or you. I could come a little closer even, and it'd still be okay. It's not contagious. The only way you can catch being trans is to go to a drag show. Obviously, everybody knows that, especially the politicians up in Phoenix. Yeah. So, another common myth about trans people is that we are just peeping toms who want to get into the ladies' room. Are you kidding me? Have you seen how long that line gets? Like anybody would choose to get in it if they didn't have to? No. Clearly we trans women, we transition for all the benefits we gain as women in the world. Thank you. Let's name a few of them. Higher pay. You don't get more pay as a woman? More respect. You don't get your voices heard in meetings either? Oh, man, I got missold on this whole deal. Yeah, obviously that's why we do it, and we need to shut that thing down before everybody wants to get in on that gravy train. Other advantages of being trans. You get to go through puberty twice. I know you're all envious. I know you all are. You're like thinking, man, that was a great time. I want to go back to that. It's great. Yeah. Again, everybody wants to get in on that. We probably better shut that down before anybody gets out how good it is. Recently, I received an email from our wellness coach at my office, and she outlined the 3 top cancer risks for women, the 3 top cancer risks for men. I read them. I read emails. I'm that kind of person. I'm Gen X. I can't help it. And I thought, fuck. I am at risk for 4 of the top 3 cancers. Welcome to being trans. Clearly you would like to experience that too. Don't worry, you're still far enough away. You're not going to catch it from me. But don't go to any drag shows. Can't account for that. No. And then, last time I was in to see my doctor, can you believe this? She says to me, Andrea, you need to eliminate trans fat. How rude! Excuse me. It is all trans fat. That is all I have. All my fat is trans fat by definition. Can't eliminate it. Now, for those of you who are not queer, and I'm going to define queer as being within the LGBTQIA alphabet, I realize that that is a lot of letters. It's a fairly good chunk of our alphabet. It may feel a little overwhelming. Maybe you're like, I don't remember all the letters. I don't remember what they mean. Have they added a new one this week? I don't know. I get it. It's challenging. I want to acknowledge that. So I'm going to make life simple for you all. As of tonight, here in this fine venue, we are going to redefine things, and from now on, being queer, LGBTQIA, is the new normal. That means, as of tonight, if you are not queer, you are the one who has to come out. Okay? That is going to simplify things, though, because that brings it down to two characteristics: cisgender, heterosexual. Two letters, C and H. It is so simple, you can pronounce it. Cha. Cha. You can't complain about that. Super simple. In fact, cha people, kind of in keeping with line with how the world has privileged them, you even have your own sugar at the grocery store. C and H. It's not fair, y'all. Not fair. But lest you think that I have an issue with cha people, I do not. I have a cha friend. She is awesome. I love my cha friend. She's the best. I'm not anti-cha. And you know what? It's not her fault. It's not your fault. You can't help it. I get that. You were born that way. I'm sorry. Though if you get too close, you might end up being trans, so be careful. I'll wrap up with this. There are those who would condemn my trans lifestyle. It's horrible, evil, immoral trans lifestyle. So I thought I'd unpack with you a little bit what exactly this horrible, evil trans lifestyle looks like. Let's see. I got up this morning. I did. I had breakfast. Do you eat breakfast? Does anybody out there eat breakfast? Watch out. You might be living that trans lifestyle. Just telling you, you got one foot on that slippery slope. Wait till we unpack it a little more. Let's see. Anybody out there have a job and go to work?
Yeah, okay.
Ooh. Getting on further on that slippery slope. Anybody eat good food, drink a beer, all of that? I do all these horrible, awful trans things. But I'm looking out there and I'm seeing a lot of glasses. I'm thinking there's a lot of people out here living the trans lifestyle. I'm liking that. I'm feeling good about that. Yeah. Oh. Well, thank you all. My name is Andrea. As I pack up, though, don't worry about the drag shows because you're already all living the trans lifestyle. So, thank you all. Thanks for coming out. It's great to see you.
Thank you, Andrea. Give it up for Andrea and all the comics you've seen tonight. Y'all liking the show?